So, and it may be some information that they know that they have.
Broke the high yesterday,
Sometimes
day before,
a little bit, so.
and yesterday. I'll take that off.
Like,
Didn't break this one. Maybe it'll come and break this one.
Yes, you said.
I don't know, that is too loud. It do not feel good at all because I was ill this night. Well, not out, but I went and had it. Supposed to have one cocktail after, and that turns into like 20 cocktails. I'm trying to. It was only like 8, but I drank 6. Things. And I have cramps super, super bad right now. So, no, I mean, they're pretty good, but one of these gonna be used before this one. Like, that's how big this is. And it's a years first. My gosh. What's going on at 30? What's going on at 30? I don't even know. What's today?
Don't go anywhere without a preview for you of the board and those things.
Speaking of literally, while I look on my phone to tell me, I get a reminder. Well,
It's here. It'll interview for season 3.
well, maybe I'll get a reminder for that. See, I don't know.
They're planning to jump in.
Oh, that's right.
We shall do it to the police the Western man. It's still out there. It's not that.
Look at that. $282 over there.
I don't think it's the
36 over there. Huh. That's crazy.
that your body function and it's that.
Well, I'm gonna use this one now. If that happened.
I'm not sure if they do it. With that. Miles and one. You can write on them. Right? Nothing. So there to the color of the medicine. There's a gold. Reading here.
I really want to use this probably
Black.
for this one. That's a 3 minute.
Oh.
No,
Here's the need to do that. But did you catch the alone? They think you're amazing.
The thing to do is, when we help with expenses, health insurance undercover with.
that's just so far out.
That's nothing. Oh,
So they have this internet working when I'm working from home. My husband works from home.
I'm just tasting that
Works
all the time.
We signed up for the internet. And then from there, we went to the mobile. So it's like, it's easy, it's all in one place. The bundle with Spectrum One saves us at least $100. The plan really good and stays expensive. So that's really good though.
you'll save. To see how much you can save, visit spectrum.com/save.
And have hydronitis, super cheap HS for years. And for the
Oh, the 3-hour one.
and used to go flying in. I think
So I like the 30.
the album cheap the 30 minute. Yeah. He was still with all the guy. He was fighting.
Take on HS different food offenses. They watch them use them to target a belief for the information and they provide a benefit. We need people for a 50% reduction in bumps and health such as 15 minutes to go. But when we the check, we keep this to be effective. We know what it is.
I think the other one.
But you don't do it. That's that you find the word violent. Tell your doctor if you have fast food symptoms, short fevers, well, the once I said, had a fast food pregnancy, or inflammatory bowel symptoms develop or serious with the is the real of the last city. You do it.
I don't know. I don't do it.
Ask your dermatologist about those symptoms. I think As few numbers at us.
And then that's what I was trying to find something over Like you hope that you kind of make another it keeps taking like it's gonna come down here, but it don't. This is a really big support right here.
Yeah, it's possible. Now they don't. The 0.9% APR and then that's a deal in the next year from 2025 US months. Plus, eligible non-GMs get up to $8,000 on 30X. Well, if you're at the end, dollar drop. Maybe you can put all the space and pretty much to the factory load it. But look at zero grade, which smack it over the hole. But not only creates it, but slaps that sweet thing everywhere. Jewelry. The brown sponge for Ohio State athletics, making a dishwasher show. To be a champion, you have to trade that. Like believing that this world. That it's first. Or as well as more without a dollar block. I even had heard all the fancy prettiness into a classy looking loader. But what the yellow does, but it's magical way out powers. It not only creates it, it slaps that sweet thing everywhere. Ooh.
Welcome back. The other spotlight this morning, the new season of Interview with the Killer. Our special guest host, David Fox.
My stomach hurts.
With Adam Williams, who pleaded guilty to the role in 2018 murders of Jimmy and Michelle Butler, a New Hampshire couple that were killed when on a road trip. Let's take a look at a clip from the season opening.
2019, Adam Curtis Williams' vicious crime, a national landmark. Jam, Butler was found at any point.
Yes. Have to go through so much trauma. What are you doing? Okay. That's good, I guess.
If you just die,
Got a log in.
for the first time, he's talking about his name now. God, you have a real estate. That's been first time by his life in my life. That was in really in the body. But it's not too hard to it's been moving. I mean, there are
Definitely concentrate at that help.
well, I now know God is real. He can help you. I feel the Holy Spirit.
We'll see something.
Or he just been with a felon who found Jesus in jail.
Yeah.
That all stay claiming faith in Christ is upon the sin. That it could be that you committed despicable act, get caught, be guilty, or the death penalty, and then claim Jesus.
No, that's how you're supposed to do bad things and then find the Lord. What are you talking about?
Wow. What a great looking episode. It was great question. David Scott, I'm going to say, oh, you are so good. You do. Wow.
It's almost
Of course. Looking forward to season 3 for some time. This is extra special. In here to talk about it. So, this
Gorgeous, the high, that's the high air.
This first episode, what was this like? I got chills just watching
Yeah.
that.
I have to say this is probably the most intimidating killer I've faced so far in the series. Adam Williams is a big, powerful man, former Aryan Brotherhood member, former biker gang member, lifelong criminal. I mean, a man who's lost track of the brutal battery he's meted out to people both inside prison and outside prison. And even behind glass, he cuts a very intimidating figure. But he's also a man who's ready to talk, and probably the killer who I felt let me deep deeper inside his head than any other, and it is a scary place to be.
Well, without a doubt. I love how you always incorporate the victims into every episode. You take into account the perspective of the victims. And we have another clip from the premiere episode where you're talking with the family of the victims. Here we go.
Michelle Butler, a mom, hard worker, told your epiphany happened when you envisioned in yourself the dignity. We go learn that thing. No, I have been waiting for 6 days. I think you have athletes what to do that. Well, we love it. I don't know. I don't do that. I do it really in this. I want to try and give them some sort of closure. I just asked them for it.
Well, your toy. I said, let's you alone. Cause they about to come over here bothering me.
I think I kind of for that. Watch it. No. Yeah, I'm going to go to where they go to the there is probably like
Stay.
if your mom would.
That's so bad. Ridiculous. Why are you so close to mine?
Very blind. That's where you yeah, or if we're in a day, he would himself wouldn't be alive. He would try to kill himself really to be still alive. I think it's just sorry that they don't think the career is a little has no chance of getting out of jail. Come to terms with it, they all find God, they're going to themselves. They want to
He's not wrong. I say he's not wrong. You know, the time you know that you know, the cover David. And a lot of people in these interviews, and you did hold this guy accountable with the God question, and with every question. You gave people a I think it's so unique about this show. Look at what's in it, but look out. He's got to be ready for what's coming.
Yes, that's right. No, this show, like everything on this network, is ultimately about justice, which is why the victim's perspective, the victim's interest, the victim proxies are always in our episode in one way or another. And you can see, as to his religious conversion, is it an act of conversion or convenience? And we really hold his feet to the fire about that, and about his lifelong criminal activity. This was a salt of the earth couple who had, were enjoying a well-earned retirement. And he murdered them ultimately out of expediency, just because he needed their stuff. He needed their truck and trailer to make it across the Mexican border as he was fleeing the law from a brutal rape in Utah. And so, yes, we bring the viewer face to face with these perpetrators and try and probe their mindsets and motivations behind the cases, because that's where the answers are. In this case, he never went to trial. And so lots of questions have remained unanswered. Well, we go in there to get the answers.
Oh, that is fantastic. David, I want to ask about your preparation. How much time goes in to what we see and what we're going to enjoy watching together, the 2-hour premiere Saturday night? How many hours and days and weeks?
That's a great question. We've sort of dialed in our process now, but it takes a long time just to book the interview. You can imagine we run this gauntlet of permissions. The inmate has to agree. The State Department of Corrections has to agree. The facility has to agree. We have to hope that there's no disruption in the facility that day or that week that would, cause them to lock it down, and then, there's no interview. And then, once we get through that, it takes about 100 hours to prepare for one of these interviews. We read every piece of trial transcript, the sentencing hearing transcript. We look at all the visual evidence, listen to all the audio evidence, the victim impact statements. I read every word of those, very important to us. And so by the time we walk in there, I know everything that is knowable. And that is like, really part of the magic formula because I can unspin them when they start spinning.
Yes, well, you and our boss, Ethan Nelson, have really created magic with this show. Masterful job you do with those interviews. And I can't wait to watch Saturday night. David, thank you for the screening this morning. And friends at home, set your DVR, do it now, set a reminder on your phone. Interview with a Killer, Season 3 premieres tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern Time here on Court TV. Still to come, an arrest finally made in the murder of beauty queen. Why, though, did it take so long? We'll discuss next.
Amber Alert triggered by a deadly shooting and 2 girls taken by their father.
But it doesn't do is it's self-defense.
Amber Alert Northern Florida, live coverage today on Court TV.
We call him open to closing arguments. Let me show you exactly what
Closing arguments with Ramadan tonight at 8/7 Central, only on Court TV.
Bringing in the phone and in the same thing.
Your next adventure in the new 2026 Honda CR-V LS for $309 a month. Plus, chunk down on Spitzer Purse, like our lifetime warranty and the Spitzer Factory app that unlocks extra savings and rewards all year long.
Or spend less than Honda Newbridge.
Clean and lock your car as much as you want with free vacuums. With Lead Express One Part Unlimited Club membership, featuring our ceramic treatment that's 4 times the shine. Stop by any of our 16+ locations or go online for more details. We hang dry our Kretschmar salami for 3 weeks. 3 weeks! The least you could do is take it somewhere exciting when it's done, like a sandwich. We are Kretschmar, and we're made for more.
I used to accept that banking came with a lot of fees and high interest credit. Plus, I had to wait for the pay I've already worked for. I needed a better way. That's why I love Chime. I can bank fee-free, get 3.75% APY on savings, and I get paid when I save up to $500. I also use my Chime card every day and get cash back while building credit. I never expected much from where I bank, but Chime has got my back. Start banking fee-free at Chime, the #1 most loved banking app.
Precise designs, subtle curves, curated upgrades. Custom configurations create a space that's uniquely timeless, yet distinctly personal. Elevated design for thoughtful living. Puma.
When I was diagnosed with HIV, I didn't know who I would be. But here I am, being me. Keep being you and ask your healthcare provider about the #1 prescribed HIV treatment, Biktarvy.
Biktarvy is a complete one pill, once a day treatment used for HIV in many people, whether you're 18 or 80. With one small pill, Biktarvy fights HIV to help you get to undetectable and stay there, whether you're just starting or replacing your current treatment. Research shows that taking HIV treatment as prescribed and getting to and staying undetectable prevents transmitting HIV through sex. Serious side effects can occur, including kidney problems and kidney failure. Rare, life-threatening side effects include a buildup of lactic acid and liver problems. Don't take Biktarvy if you take dofetamide or rifampin. Tell your healthcare provider about all the medicines and supplements you take. If you are pregnant or breastfeeding or have kidney or liver problems. If you have hepatitis B, don't stop taking Biktarvy without talking to your healthcare provider. Common side effects were diarrhea, nausea, and headache.
No matter where life takes you, Biktarvy can go with you. Talk to your healthcare provider today.
NBA fans don't just watch the game, they live it. So stream like you could sign with NBA League Pass. Your ticket to all the action.
Keep up with your favorite team and watch them reach brighter stars and rising stars. Shine right before their from the plays you can't believe to the most loud games and the drama that comes with it. If it happens on the court, it's happening on NBA League Pass.
It is with profound sadness that we share the tragic passing of our beloved daughter, Kate Scott. We kindly ask for space and privacy at this time as we process the heartbreaking events of the past few weeks. Our hearts are shattered, yet we are deeply grateful for the outpouring of love, support, and prayers from people across the nation and around the world.
This morning, we're giving a voice to victims like Ada Scott from Pennsylvania. Her remains were found at an abandoned Philadelphia school. 23-year-old beauty queen was last seen on October 4th after leaving her job at an assisted living facility. 21-year-old Keon King is the alleged kidnapper, according to police, transporting her body in a stolen car and setting it on fire. And now, after days of waiting, King has been charged with Ada's murder. Authorities say this is not his first run-in with the law.
When I picked up this investigation, one of the things that our office also learned was that he did have a previous case. It was a 2025 case for very similar conduct, strangulation and kidnapping. That case had been withdrawn by our office based on the witness failing to appear at court. I pulled that file, and after an extensive review of it, our office made the decision to refile those charges. We believe there is enough to proceed, and we also do believe that this is a pattern for this person.
Oh, so now they're going to proceed on it after someone's dead. Okay, we're going to talk about that. Now, this guy's facing a slew of charges. This is defendant King here. Authorities say they were waiting to officially determine Ada Scott's cause of death, and they say that's why the delay in the filing of the murder charge. Okay. Thursday, the medical examiner revealed that Ada Scott died from a gunshot wound to her head. They're also reportedly looking into if there could be an accomplice here. Let's talk about this case. Someone who knows all about domestic violence, a family law expert, attorney, law professor, Randy Kessler. Randy, I know your heart breaks just hearing this. Tell me your thoughts.
So compared to the last story we covered, this was not a cover-up. I'm glad they waited. A gunshot wound. This is not somebody who died during rough sex or some sort of, outdoor activity. This is somebody who was shot, murdered, killed, and then a cover-up in the fire. So charges are going to stick a little bit better when you have all those ducks in a row. So I see why they waited. Don't like it, but I'm glad they have it now.
Right. And the other thing really boiled my blood. So they were talking about this guy's history and how there was a previous case where he was charged with strangulation and kidnapping. And because the victim didn't show up, they dropped it. And that's something, I'm so sensitive about from having been a prosecutor. You have to ask, why isn't the person showing up to court? Oh, I don't know. Maybe they're terrified. Did you speak to that?
You can't blame the victim even for not showing up. If any of us are victims of crimes, do we want to relive that trauma? Do we want to go there? It's probably not going to happen to us again because we're going to be safe and we're not going to be around that person. We're first worried about ourselves. Do you then say, I want to save the world and I want to make sure this person doesn't do it to anybody else? That's noble. It's easy to talk about here. But putting yourself out there again after this kind of trauma, it's hard. God bless the victims that do come forward and they're helping the world.
They sure are. Well, I love how you said that, Randy. They sure are. It takes a lot of courage and a lot of bravery to go into court. You know what this is like. You teach trial practice. It can be very upsetting, unnerving. It's just an awful experience, even if you've done nothing wrong, right? Even if you're just a witness, it can be a terrifying experience, can't it?
Conversation like we're having, you don't just get to go in and say, just tell you what happened. There's going to be an adversarial person cross-examining you that can ask leading questions. Basically, isn't it true you did this? Isn't it true your eyes were closed? Who wants to go through that again, especially in a public setting?
Most definitely, Randy. Well said. Let's take a look at some of the key points in this investigation where Ada Scott's body was found. So we have a map here. So she's at work. She works at this assisted living facility. And it's part of her daily routine to go there, right? And really what I keep thinking with especially with October being Domestic Violence Awareness Month, and you're aware of how everyone in the prevention movement works to educate. Something that's so tough is that battlers know the patterns of their intimate partners so well. They may know, what exact time they're going to pull in their parking spot, from what time they can expect them to walk out the door. It creates a huge safety risk if, and I'm sure we'll learn more particulars, but let's say she was distancing herself from him. Maybe she did not want to be in a relationship with him. There potentially can be lethality, can't there be, Randy?
Yes, and not that anyone deserves this, but think about what she was doing for a living, right? And who she's helping. She's helping those that are the most vulnerable, and she becomes the most vulnerable one. And that's also why you may not have as much security there. Who's going to break into and harm people in an assisted living facility? But be aware everywhere you go.
Yeah, you're so right. You can't ever not be vigilant, especially the day and age we're living in. It's so awful. And this precious young girl had her whole life ahead of her. She's gorgeous. She had so much spirit, and to be killed in such a way, it's just beyond heartbreaking. And and if this guy's first case had been handled properly, Randy, if the prosecutors hadn't withdrawn it, then perhaps she would still be alive today.
That's true. But again, I mean, you were a prosecutor, and I'm sure the prosecutors were frustrated. You can't prove a crime without any witnesses. You can't have the witnesses. And how much pressure do you put on the victims to testify? Was it back and forth? But maybe the police could have monitored him. Maybe there's there's a lot that can be done. We just don't have the funds or the resources. You got to have some evidence. And I'm just sorry for her. But the first victim, and maybe the first victim's going to regret it. And they're going to come forward now to make sure he doesn't do it again to somebody else.
Right. Yeah, you're right. Because it brings up the question, like you said, how much pressure do you put on a victim? We have the power as prosecutors to get material witness warrants. I've had to do that before. It's very unpleasant when you have to do it, but sometimes you have to do it. And if someone is going to come to court, even if you drag them there, but they're not going to say what the truth is, you don't have a case.
Yeah, but you know that.
Yeah.
But the defendant doesn't know that. So they may not know there's not going to be testimony. You may hear from a victim that I'm reluctant, I'm recalcitrant, I don't want to testify. But then you go with the defendant and say, they may or may not testify. But if you take a deal, you don't have to worry about it. And that's where, at least coming forward, work with the prosecution office. If you're a victim, say to the prosecution, I'd rather not testify, but I'm around. Use me to try to get a plea, get him off the streets.
Exactly.
Work with the prosecution.
Yes, and they have great advocacy groups, as you know, Randy, that they can pair you up with if you're experiencing domestic violence. Randy Kessler, you're the best. Thank you for the great insight and analysis today. And as we go to break, let's remember the victim in this case, beautiful 23-year-old Kata Scott. Her friends and family describe her as full of life. She's gone way too soon. We'll be right back.
As a professional athlete, my equipment is very important to me.
And stay focused with no distractions.
I personally feel like the ViperCore Pro 2.0 is the best performance shoe out there.
Skechers.
Comfort that performs.
Vanguard's helped millions of investors grow and preserve their wealth for 50 years. The best part of our story is helping you rate yours. Vanguard Wealth Management.
Nice fun shop. Not too boring. Ugh. And no. Why? The worst. Oh, that's so bad. Bring it in, Mary. Goodness.
Naming a business, hard. Swagging it out, easy. Move your business forward with swag you can count on with custom ink.
I'm Joe, head of product development at Rug. My entire job is reading your reviews to make our rugs better. So we've redesigned our rugs to be more washable, and I've never been prouder of anything in my life. Go to rugwell.com and see our all-in-one innovation.
Charges up to 178 miles in just 15 minutes. How it should be. The Hyundai Ioniq 5.
Right now, get a Hyundai Ioniq 5 for 0% APR or get 11,000 retail bonus cash. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today.
Connecting your physical and digital takes more than turning one switch. If you want to turn data points into decision points and turn red tape into a green light, then turn to Trimble. Confidence at every turn.
I was so excited to buy my first home, but I needed a lot of work done on it. I went on to Angie. Jamie was the first person to call.
I explained to her some of the things I could do and showed her some pictures.
He's resurfaced my flooring, he's done plumbing work, he's refinished this beautiful table here.
We just had to sand it for a week.
Well, dead end, but
With top-rated pros in over 500 categories, Angie can connect you with the right pro for any home project. Find top-rated pros in your area at Angie.com.
Hi, I'm Dr. Shaw, and I can be your next pediatrician if you like highly rated doctors. But my best rating was a hand-drawn card that a patient made for me. Yeah, I think kids are great. And most of them think my dog Rocco is too. Here's a picture. My mantra is think kind, work hard, have fun. Respecting mom, all the active children's pediatricians are great. Let's see if we're a match.
Your next breakdown could be anytime, anywhere.
Get covered today and make Endurance pay for it. It was like almost a $6,000 job. Endurance covered it.
Right now, you can get $300 off any plan. So call and get your free quote now.
We have a serious problem in this country.
There is no adult in this earth that wants children to die.
I worry for my kids.
Welcome to our first hour of Court TV Live. I'm Julie Brandt. So this morning we are on a verdict watch in the Irish firefighter rape trial for defendant Terrence Crosby. This guy's accused of raping a woman at a Boston hotel. And this is his second trial. The first one ended with a hung jury. Day 3 of deliberations are expected to begin soon. We're going to let you know when that happens. In the meantime, let's turn to New Hampshire for the Amber Alert murder trial. The defendant is Dustin Duran. He's accused of shooting and killing his longtime girlfriend, Caitlin Nafziger. He's also accused of then kidnapping the couple's 2 daughters. He is claiming the shooting was done in self-defense and defense of others. Before we get you in the courtroom, let's take a look at the background of the case. Court TV's Ashley Wilcott reports.
38-year-old Dustin Duran is charged with murder and the death of 31-year-old Caitlin Nafziger, the mother of his children. Prosecutors say that on February 29th of 2024, Duran shot Nafziger and took their 2 young daughters. Nafziger's body was found in an apartment and an Amber Alert was issued for the 2 children. Someone recognized Duran's car described in the Amber Alert and called 911. WNUR spoke to the Good Samaritans.
I was like, oh, white Subaru. And I'm like, oh, that plates. And I was like, Mom, that's the guy.
I did videotape him being put in cuffs, and there you can slightly see them taking the children out of the car.
Duran was pulled over and arrested. The children were in his car and were not harmed. Before his arrest, Duran had a YouTube page that is still up. He described himself as a gamer and a veteran and posted videos playing the guitar. Duran claims he shot Nafziger in self-defense to protect their children. He says she was about to kidnap them. Nafziger died of a single gunshot wound to the head, and her family describes her as a loving mother whose spirit lives on in her 2 girls.
With Ashley Wilcott reporting there, we have Detective Sergeant Michael McLaughlin expected to return to the stand this morning for more cross-examination. So while we wait for that to happen, let's look at some of the key moments of his testimony.
We monitor Keene Police Department's radio as well as Cheshire County's radio at the barracks. There was some commotion. It's in another room, so I didn't totally hear what the transmissions were. But at some point, my lieutenant popped his head into my office and said that the vehicle from the Amber Alert is at the Applebee's in Keene.
Once you heard that, what did you do?
My first reaction is no, it's not. But after a few minutes, I decided it would probably be best, again, being the closest detective, to head over there and verify that because I knew my phone would be ringing eventually with questions. So I drove to the Applebee's and ultimately verified that it was the correct vehicle.
Sergeant McLaughlin, before we publish or talk about further or show or ask to admit the recording of the interview that you conducted, I have a few questions for you. During the time that the defendant was speaking with you, did he admit to you that he had shot and killed Caitlin Knapsager?
Yes.
Did he tell you what hand he had used to fire the gun?
Yes.
Which hand?
His right hand.
Did you ask the defendant whether Caitlin was threatening to harm either him or their daughter at the time that he shot?
Yes.
What did he say? Did the defendant explain to you whether his action in shooting Caitlin was done deliberately?
He said it was deliberate, yes.
Is it fair to say that the defendant told you that Caitlin had crossed a line?
Yes.
Did he describe where Caitlin was physically located when he shot her?
Yes.
What did he say?
He was seated on a couch.
Did he tell you where on her body he had shot Caitlin Knapsager?
Yes.
What did he say?
Her head.
Sergeant McLaughlin, did he describe to you the path of travel that the bullet took?
Yes.
If you recall, what did he say?
It's in one side and out the other, essentially.
Is it fair to say that he said it went straight through?
Yes.
Did the defendant tell you where his daughter Elowen was physically located when he fired the shot that killed Caitlin Knapsager?
Yes.
Where was Elowen located?
He had pulled Elowen away from Caitlin and was holding her.
So at the time that the defendant fired the shot, he was holding Elowen.
Yes, my understanding.
Did he describe how Elowen reacted to the gunshot?
He described trying to shield her from seeing anything, and that Elowen kind of put her hands over her ears and said, ouch loud, or out something loud.
Did the defendant tell you what his mindset was after he shot and killed Caitlin?
He did.
What did he say?
He said that he knew that he was screwed, and that he performed well in stressful situations, and then he talked about wanting to spend time with the kids before he wanted to turn himself in or have to be at the police station.
And very clear, did the defendant turn himself in this instance?
He did not.
All right, so this is a case of self-defense or defense of others. So the defendant says one thing to say it, one thing to put forward that burden of production. So let's bring in our legal analyst guest and see what she thinks this defense team is going to be able to do. Criminal defense attorney Jessica Mashali on the show this Friday. Jessica, good morning. Lovely to see you. So what I really want to talk to you about is the defense side of things, because we're still in the state's case. But when they've come forward and said, look, we're not denying he did this shooting. Yeah, he did it, but this was a justifiable homicide. Then, as you know, the game changes. So would you kind of walk us through what the defense team has to do and if you think they can do it here?
So from what I've seen so far, I don't see how they can possibly do it. I think it's the only defense they could have put forward in a situation where it is so clear and so obvious who did the shooting, right? Like when a defense attorney is looking at a case, the first thing is like, okay, well, can we say he didn't do it, right? And you look at that. In this case, that's not even possible. So if they want to put forth any defense, it's going to have to be this. So the next thing they're going to have to show is that there was a reason to do it, that he was in some way defending himself, and it's his burden to show that. He has to show that he was defending himself, that he met force with force, that he did something reasonable in his situation to defend himself. And from what we're seeing so far, it doesn't seem that there's any evidence of that whatsoever.
Jessica, I'm in agreement with you. There's the defendant coming in there, just sat down. This is a live look at the courtroom, so we're moments away from day number 4 of this trial. And you see the witness resuming his spot on the stand here. So here's what I'm wondering, Jessica. I don't know this guy's criminal history, but there's something that makes me wonder if he couldn't take a plea. And I realize he's got a right to go to trial. He's cloaked in the presumption of innocence. Everybody's on their feet as the jury is coming in. I'm just wondering, I'm curious if you're thinking the same.
So what I'm thinking is that if there was an offer from the state that it was a high amount of prison time, you're talking about a man who shot a woman in front of her baby. Right? It's not a kind of case where the state will say, oh no, okay, an accident, manslaughter, 5 years, even 10 years. I don't think so. I think that the offer was a significant amount of prison time. And we've kind of seen this before, Julie, on recent cases over the past few months where they just don't want to take it. They think that they're going to do better. Now, in this case, unless he talks to the jury, he has no chance whatsoever. In my opinion, it's a complete waste of trial. So then he is going to talk to the jury. So once he talks to them, do they believe him? And what are they going to believe about a man knowing what they know so far about him?
Really great insights you're sharing with us, Jessica Mashali. Thank you kindly. You're going to stand by with us for the hours. We get ready to go in there live. The witness is back on the stand, cracking his neck, ready for some cross questions. We'll hit that break. More live coverage when we return.
I've committed so many horrific acts over and over and over.
Do you think you deserve to die for murdering those innocent people?
You tell me. I wish more than anything, David, that I would have done something other than the things I've done in my life.
Are you really a changed man, or is this some kind of
Interview with a Killer, 2-hour season premiere, Saturday night at 8 Eastern and Pacific, only on TV.
Hey, who's it? Oh, dude, eat too much. I agree.
Oh. Time for sheer agony.
Is it time to say no to Vyepti? Vyepti is an IV infusion that helps prevent migraine attacks. Chronic migraine patients have 23 fewer migraine days on average per treatment. And it's just 4 30-minute IV treatments a year. Plus, it's designed to start working fast. Don't take it allergic to Vyepti. Allergic reactions, high blood pressure, and Raynaud's, which causes numb or painful fingers or toes, can happen. Get help right away for rash, swelling of the face, lips, tongue, or throat, or trouble breathing, hives, and facial redness. Common side effects are stuffy nose, scratchy throat, and allergic reactions. Ask your neurologist about saying yes to Vyepti.
Let's go time. No, it's an inside job. I'm fine. You already did this.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
It's a great job, or what?
MTN's Tuesday is all new. CBS Tuesday starting 8/7 Central. Catch up now on Paramount Plus.
Save money and wash your car as much as you want with free vacuums with a Clean Express Wash Mart Unlimited Club membership featuring our ceramic treatment that's 4 times the shine. Stop by any of our 16+ locations or go online for more details.
New Skechers Aeroburst, running shoes that push the laws of aerodynamics. It all starts with Skechers Hyperburst technology, supercritical foam that gives Aeroburst unbelievable response and propulsion, plus a carbon-infused H plate that returns more energy. Skechers Aeroburst.
When the magic of Disney meets the beauty of the Bahamas, two vivid destinations come to life. Come be immersed in Disney Castaway Key or Disney Lookout Key at Lighthouse Point as part of your Disney Cruise Line vacation. When the magic of Disney meets the beauty of the Bahamas, two vivid destinations come to life. Come be immersed in Disney Castaway Key or Disney Lookout Key at Lighthouse Point as part of your Disney Cruise Line vacation. Fear of buying overpriced? It's called FOBO. At Overstock, it disappears. No need to second guess the price when you know you're getting the best deal. Overstock.com. No FOBO, just deals.
It's DirecTV's Movies Extra Pack like you've never seen it. Now with Peacock Premium included. Upgrade now to get Movies Extra Pack plus Peacock Premium for only $9.99 per month. That's 8 must-have channels with classic movies and family favorites. Plus with Peacock, game hit TV show, your favorite movies of the universe, lounge sports, Peacock originals, and more. Now to start enjoying Movies Extra Pack plus Top Premium today. Ruggable invented a new kind of washable rug for the, I have a potty in my kitchen homes. And the heck is part of the charm homes. The new all-in-one from Ruggable is a one-piece washable rug for every home.
At the time that the defendant was speaking with you, did he admit to you that he had shot and killed Caitlin Napster? Did he tell you what hand he had used to fire the gun?
Yes.
Which hand?
His right hand.
Did you ask the defendant whether Caitlin was threatening to harm either him or their daughter at the time that he shot?
Yes.
What did he say? Did the defendant explain to you whether his action in shooting Caitlin was done deliberately?
He said it was deliberate, yes.
Ooh, did you catch that there? That answer, second to the last answer there, really undermines the defense contention now at trial that this was a shooting in defense of self or others. So let's go back in now. That same detective sergeant is back on the stand for more cross.
I'm going to back us up a little bit and just go through in some bite-sized chunks, okay? So when we were talking about the incident itself, what Dustin told you about the incident, he said it happened super fast.
Yes.
He said, I mean, there was, again, it was like training. When it was, he said, I mean, there was, again, it was like training.
Yes.
He said, to where it was just grabbed it, cocked, grabbed Elwyn, and then right when I shot, it was just immediately I grabbed Elwyn and like ran out of the house.
Car.
Yes, I'm doing bite-sized jokes here. Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
And just immediately ran out of the house and put her in the car.
Yes.
He said, after he put her in the car, he sat for a minute talking to Elwyn.
Yes.
He was making sure that nothing had happened to her.
Correct.
He was checking to make sure she didn't have injuries.
Yes.
She didn't.
Correct.
He loaded the car up.
Yes.
He got the kids in the car.
Yes.
He was thinking, at some point, I'm going to turn myself in.
Yes.
But first, he was going to spend some time with his kids.
Correct.
He said he drove to Concord.
Yes.
Once he got to Concord, he sat with Elwyn and Balin again.
Yes.
And at that point, they were both good and they were happy.
Yes.
He called his mom and told her what had happened.
Yes.
And he told her to call the cops.
Probably should call the cops is my recollection, but something to that effect, yes.
He told his mom he was going to turn himself in.
I believe so, yes.
He told her he wanted some time with the kids beforehand.
Yes.
He told you that after he talked to his mom, he turned his phone off.
Correct. Went dark, I believe is what he said.
He said went dark, and he said, I turned my phone off.
Yes.
He said he drove to somewhere in New York State.
He believed it was New York State. Yes.
He and the kids got a few hours sleep.
Correct.
He woke up and initially thought, well, I'll just surrender at a random police department.
Yes.
But then he decided he should probably do it in New Hampshire.
Correct.
And by do it, he was referring to surrendering or turning himself in.
Yes.
So then he started heading back.
Yes.
He decided to go to Concord and then just surrender there.
That was his plan, yes.
But he wanted to just sit down with the girls and just have breakfast somewhere.
Yes.
Couple more questions on what Dustin said in relation to his training. Dustin said everything was so fast. It really was like training. It was instant.
Referring to his marksmanship training, yes.
He said it was like muscle memory.
He did say that.
He said it was his training coming out.
He did say that, yes.
One moment. No further questions. There's no fee. Just see if I've been. How many people have been in the area?
The police barracks, the key. So that's one. The key police department is two. And the Cheshire County Sheriff's Department is in Keene as well, so that's three.
And to the location where he was originally stopped by, or initially stopped by police, he passed right by your police barracks, is that correct?
He even commented that he saw the sign for the state police barracks.
He avoided that.
Yes,
Now, how many police stations between Keene and Concord?
a lot. You don't expect me to know how many, do you? Okay, a lot. And even from the Vermont border into New Hampshire, there's at least Chesterfield Police Department.
And did they talk to you about whether he had a connection to Concord, New Hampshire?
No.
Now, everything in the defendant's statement, all of the words that he provided to you, that's what he told you, correct?
That's correct.
Anybody else tell you those words? No other questions?
Free cross.
No, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. Okay, Detective Sergeant McLaughlin be excused?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so that's it for the detective sergeant there. Let's take a little pause and do some legal analysis while we wait for the next witness up from the state of New Hampshire. Let's bring back in lawyer Jessica Mashali. She practices in Florida, does criminal defense work. You've seen her in action on Court TV when she won a case on behalf of her client, Marsha Thompson, a domestic situation and not an easy case to win. Jessica, it's been a while since we've seen the facts, but that was a justifiable homicide case, albeit different facts than this one, certainly. So in that case, I know you've prepared and worked for countless hours to get ready for that one. This defense team has a different set of tasks, different facts they're on. Do you think they're prepared to go forward? If the state rests right now, do you think they're going to be ready with the proper defense for this guy?
Based on what I've seen, I don't see how they could. Now, that being said, there might be more to it than what we know so far. And the jury's really supposed to keep their minds open, and I like to keep my mind open when I'm watching something, but human nature really is to start judging right away. And so far, I haven't seen anything. So I think in a case like this, if your defense is strong, if it's true, if there's really a justifiable homicide going on here, then you're coming out right off the bat at the opening statement, telling that story in full detail to the jury so that they know what to expect, so that the world knows what to expect, so that everybody knows what happens. It's not sort of like, oh, let the cat out of the bag at the last minute when the defendant testifies. I don't think that defense usually works unless it's something really extraordinary that he comes out with, and that is also corroborated by other evidence and not just what he's saying.
Right, Jessica. Yeah, I remember you had all the experts ready to go. Marsha Thompson ready to give her testimony and everything there to support it. That was a very, very sad case. And you had a very sympathetic client that you represented and were victorious with. So let's go back into the courtroom. Again, we're still in the state's case on this with the Amber Alert murder trial. They just finished up with the detective sergeant. Let's see what is next.
And members of the jury, at this time, I know that we just started for the day, but we are going to be taking a break at this point. So I'm going to request again that you retire to the deliberation room. Please do not discuss any aspect of the case. Do not discuss it with any other member of the jury. If anybody does that, please report that to a court security officer. And thank you, and we'll resume as soon as we can. Okay? Pause.
Okay, so I think what's gonna happen here is we're gonna have Dan resting its case in chief, and the defense has to make a motion at this point in time. A motion for judgment of acquittal. So this is a standard motion. We see it all the time. We're directed verdict depending upon what state or commonwealth you were in. And this would be outside of the hearing of the jury. The jury would not be hearing the arguments from the defense and the response from the state. So that is why it appears the judge is taking them out. And when we're able to go back in, we will. And I'm being told we're good. The jury is cleared out. Let's go back in.
Your Honor, at this time, the state has an further witnesses and deliverance.
Okay, all right. So the state is resting. As I kind of suspected would be happening here. All right, so there's going to be those arguments then. Do we have those arguments for judgment of acquittal? Okay, we're going to get those for you. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to hit a break. We've got to do that. Got to keep the lights on here at Court TV. Thanks for being with us this Friday morning. We'll be right back.
No. Time for here.
Is it time to say it? The left is an ideal infusion and helps prevent migraine attacks. Chronic migraine patients have 4 days more migraine days on average per treatment. And it's just cold, good and new with urgency. It's presented as a important health. Profitability therapy. Little therapy for both patient and brain is perfectly reduce the fingers of toes can help you take profitability for which swelling of the face, lips, tongue, or throat with verbal breathing, cramps, and facial redness. Common side effects are stuffy nose, sweaty throat, and allergic reactions. Press dermatologist to say yes to the nifty.
People on Medicare are now eligible for a $1,200 grocery card. If you want the $1,200 grocery allowance card usable at major retailers, you should call now. If you are not aware, there is an upgrade designed to help people on Medicare with groceries and health-related costs. As you may know, saving money on healthcare is important, especially for people on Medicare. You can now qualify for a $1,200 grocery card usable at major chains by calling 1-877-39-40014. Not everyone will qualify and this offer will not last. If you receive Medicare, you should check if you qualify. It's free to check if you're eligible. If you qualify, a spending allowance card will be mailed to you. The sign-up period for the $1,200 grocery card is now open. Do not miss the opportunity to apply. This card has been a game changer in helping people stretch their budget. There's no risk to applying, and it won't affect your current Medicare benefits. People are thrilled with their grocery card. Imagine the relief of picking out what you need and not stressing over the price at checkout. But don't delay, it won't last. Call 1-877-394-0014 now. A licensed agent will guide you through getting your $1,200 grocery card. Call and speak with a licensed insurance agent today who can help you qualify. There's no obligation to enroll, and the offer won't last. Call 1-877-394-0014. That's 1-877-394-0014.
Get ready to unleash the magic within. Kiss and Wicked for Good limited edition nails and lashes. With effortless nails and fantabulous lashes, your beauty will be changed for good. Transform in a Kiss and Wicked for Good collection, available now at select retailers. And don't miss Wicked for Good, only in theaters.
We shopping for the personal numbers. Available solutions. See. That help you find more accurate rates. Because Credit Karma uses your credit profile to show you real offers with good returns without hurting your credit score system. No smoke, no mirrors, just personalized rates. Download into a credit card to get started.
Vehicle breakdowns are costly.
Or makes real weird noises.
If your check engine light comes on tomorrow, the repair could easily cost thousands.
With that transmission.
But with Endurance, you could never pay out of pocket for a costly repair again.
For $14,000 and
$1,400. Endurance pay. Pay for your next car repair. You or Endurance?
All right, now get $300 off any plan.
We will prove to you that if anything is good for women, the race is the strength. You need to use them every single guy and surety can offer her.
Nice people. Did anybody trace out Terrence Bobstein? But he's not even. He's doing pretty.
Court on the verdict to watch you in Massachusetts for the Irish firefighter rape case for defendant Terrence Crosby. The jury in on for 10 hours, 14 minutes in counting. They just got back to that jury room. We start the clock back up. We will let you know if we hear anything, any questions, anything, or a verdict. We'll let you know our team is there. In the meantime, back to New Hampshire. We've got live testimony going on in the Amber Alert murder trial for defendant Dustin Duran. We just had the state of New Hampshire resting, and now it's going to be time for the defense to make what's called a motion for judgment of acquittal. They don't want this case to go to the jury. They want the judge to enter a judgment right now in favor of the defense. So let's see what happens.
I believe Dustin was justified when they shot Caitlin, and no charges must be dismissed. The state offered evidence that Caitlin died from a gunshot wound that had been guns that she shot. That was shot positive. And was found in Dustin's prior order. Plan stated that an unstated period of the law. Then on the case that the murder is the case is not justified. On the statement that you and woman, he was specifically he was trying to keep him in the home. That people would say more and more rent. Because more than you know, pay the things that rent. People told him to be very cold and wanted to have the rent. People get involved in and not letting go. He began to have to take the kids. People would think he was escaping and now the access home. That's like around home and you were paying you that little home. He went to a friend and that. He had a home in the mayor's.
movie and the band. And trying to get it on the whole time. But I put that, just do that one for the time. And then, yeah, so it's fun. It was a full meal in one way. And then, ran to go, came there. While they're in the table, there was stuff. You got years, that was super bad. I just needed to bring those. So I'm thinking about that. I first like figures that like training we just did. So like local and it was the training area. So I was the brand building, brand what I do. For many things, only you guys were maybe starting with them, November, you guys have to make sure you get your inquiries. You then go to the fire, take in the car. They get away when the regular vending, but there's those that some of the kids can go and water. Or permit to permit things for and person on their 477. And it was three of them for all the students. Yeah, usually the person in B, like they use on before and there's a person credible there or something kind of necessary. C is name or the anything happening. Or D is likely to use analysis there that would have happened as the answer is in the answer. Even with that force against element, which is training on the don't remember the answer or the villain or he was now dating therapist and that's all that. But I think yeah, the thing and you know or report from the city and then building you know when they going to say and or produce that on paper and produce that stuff before it's long. Like if I'm telling the police there hasn't been nothing so that's correct. Is this to annoy or hurt anybody? Communicate that any and it's correct. Could not pay for the day or just met the guy to the public kind of really. So okay. For the city on that and the important plan of something that makes sense or the problem is like it's in the family. If they what they give them where the person can be offended and the person has play and the fear. And they're going to front with training and into that home. That's short. But there's a business side. If you change or if things are so people that didn't know their life choices or their business side and their thoughts. As used in section 2, starting to encourage the person grants to A, physical harm in the future, the person granted, or to any other person, or to property at any time. Or B, subject the person threatened, or any other person, physical confinement or restraint, attempting to obtain justice, money, or to be finding element. That by deception, a person commits theft to obtain or to attempt to control over the property of another by deception and the purpose of inviting thereof. Deception occurs when a person purposely creates or reinforces the impression of his fault, unless that person does it outwardly to be true. Attempting to obtain of his money, deception would be telling the PD that he took out of that provision. So those are all under paragraph B, where she's, getting a surgery. Paragraph C is also not, the evidence shows she was committing or was to commit kidnapping. That's been told the investigators when she found him taking the kidnapped to Minnesota, taken away from him. Evidence shows she was committing kidnapping by the behavior and the work. And paragraph C is that, or here in the main one off for as felony. And we would bring in something. So you've been difficult. There is something that only follow offense. Using a multiple point. If before and including the multiple arguments, if they don't consider the penalty, I was one of them, and very well their child. The state's now saying that everybody around benefits and they'll get a reasonable deputy that would be conservative. That's what and that considering even though we have other things going on that new president and then that is one of the more for different students. You know, that's but we use it in the market and point the darn and have one. So they open so they just apparently made the president. Just to play forward and out of the rain, he made it through. Okay, so the purpose of these arguments is for the defense to put forth to the court what has been deficient, if anything, in the state's case. There's the burden isn't beyond a reasonable doubt, much lower. But you point out the deficiency, if there's anything the state missed. She's going on and on, she's not done. So we're we have to hit a break. We'll go right back in the courtroom in just a moment. Also letting you know, deliberations rolling on in Massachusetts, 10 hours, 23 minutes in counting there. And another trial starting up this morning in Florida, live over the courtroom, where defendant Alicia Andrews is on trial. So she's one of 5 co-defendants. She's the only female and the only one where the state of Florida is not seeking the death penalty against her. Her case is over the death of rising rap star Julio Folio. We got a police officer on the stand. We will get you an update on that one in our next hour. Be right back. Triggered by a demonstration too. I am looking at the story stupid.
Live footage today on Court TV.
We love him in the closing argument. It's a family, but he could be fixed.
What? That's good trading on his hand. He's heavy minutes for TV.
Oh, that was a good thing right there. 9:30 open. Moving price coming back to this right here. And then gonna go back up. But that's a big end of
For a $1,200 grocery card, use it at Leisure Cheese by calling 1-877-339-40014. Not everyone will qualify, and this offer will not last. If you receive Medicaid, you should check if you
see what happens.
You check if you're eligible.
Oh, it came down. I'm going up. This looks like my third study. Maybe coming back up to this.
Audit has been a game changer in helping people stretch their budget. There's no risk to applying and it won't affect your current Medicare benefits. Further, with their grocery account. Imagine the relief of putting out what you need and not stressing over the price of chocolate. But don't delay, it won't last. Call 1-877-394-0014 now. A licensed agent will guide you through getting your $500 grocery. I am speaking to a licensed insurance agent today, who can help you qualify. There's no obligation to enjoy it, and you have to live that. Sure, right. 737-001-737-394-0014. Radio sounds 5 years. Now, at our living $55 with a Trading Trance stores. Running that show waited 7-Eleven food, so CW55.
I think my stomach hurt. Gotta come back.
It would be people
You will break down.
Or it's really weird noise.
The repairs could easily cost thousands,
There's no transmission.
but with endurance, you can never pay out of pocket for a costly repair that gets $1,000 instantly. $1,400. Endurance paid it. Isn't the paper your next scholar there? You were endurance.
Hold right now, get $220 on a bean plan.
Welcome back to Diversity Line. I'm Julie Graham. Let's take you back to New Hampshire where we're watching the Amber Alert murder trial for defendant Justin Jurin. This guy's accused of murdering the mother of his 2 daughters and kidnapping the kids. Let's go back into the courtroom. The defense team is finishing up their motion for judgment of acquittal.
Made sure that he was not at risk. He aimed the firearm away from her. We heard that the gun he used has many stage features and cannot accidentally discharge. In terms of the risk to Ellen, this is no different than a child where Justin fired after the child, but instead a target that would not be at risk. Presence of a child in the same general area that a gun of a gun in his part was not without force. Well, evidence that the gun was aimed at or near her while his authority was not. And third, for the intention of a child complaint earlier, the conduct or the evidence the person feels that what the state elected didn't happen, what did happen is not right. In Ray and K, 169 against the 546 defines what endangering over a child means. The person that's endangering welfare of a child, knowingly endangering the welfare of a child under 18 years of age by purposely violating the duty of care, protection, or support the owes of the child. So the state is required to say 2 things. So Justin knowingly endangers the welfare of
And two of them did so purposely by violating immediate care of the treatment. So again, the evidence here is that nothing grab those and get and move her out of the way while simultaneously firing one ball and hitting the metal. That right when I shot, he just immediately grabbed out. He did not violate immediate care, he acted out of immediate care. They were compliant, so meaning her from radio. There's no evidence he Ellen was in danger. Evidence of suspicion of danger if it establishes, and again, this is an NK, if it establishes that the offender engaged in behavior creating an actual and significant risk of injury to the child's welfare. The state can offer evidence of welfare beyond harm to the ear. There's no evidence that there's any dental psychological harm or anything of that nature. There's no evidence that she was injured. She was complaining of her ear hurting. The doctor told us her pain was secondary to lateral noises. There was no evidence of perforated eardrum or trauma to the ear. There was no outward signs of trauma. Ellen appeared well kept and well nourished. That's what Dr. Robinson said. There was no evidence of the volume produced from the gunshot. You heard evidence of the amount of pressure it takes to pull a trigger. And Ellen testified how loud the gun was. And the state did not present evidence of how loud a Beretta 9mm pistol is when it's fired. And it's no different, Your Honor, and argue that when you take a child to a musical festival with loud music without ear protection. And also, as we know from the evidence that Sergeant McLaughlin provided on direct and again on cross, that that's been said, I can see where this is going of like, could it be that I'm endangering Ellen by what I did? And I would very much say no. And then Sergeant McLaughlin responded, yeah, just to kind of tighten that up a little bit more, you're an expert marksman of some sort in competition. So it's fair to say you knew you were not endangering Ellen. And Dustin responds, yes, I was not endangering. And Paul, brother, again, they have proved the mental state of both knowingly endangering an older child and purposely violating the duty of care. Thank you.
All right, let's get some thoughts from our legal analyst guest, criminal defense attorney Jessica Machado. All right, Jessica, here is the floor. Tell us what you think of those arguments.
I think it's a bunch of malarkey. I think it's just what defense attorneys have to say at this juncture. Really, in order to be an effective attorney, you have to make this motion. If you don't make this motion, you can be waiving rights to appeal. But in this case, they're going at the argument, I can tell, as if they think that they have a valid argument. And maybe I'll be wrong. Maybe they spoke to the judge. Their argument is highly technical, but I think it's just sounds like garbage. Saying that, you know, he didn't put her in danger and arguing that the mom put her in danger when really the danger is him the entire time. He can't like try to say that he put the baby in danger and then he protected the baby. He's the cause of the danger. To say that a jury couldn't find that there would be psychological harm to a child whose mother is shot in front of them and then loses their mother for the rest of their life, I mean, that's unthinkable to me. So I don't think that the arguments resonate. I don't think that though they attempt to be legally technical, I don't think that they fit the bill. I don't think that they're accurate. And then of course, on a whole nother level, which is just logic and emotion, they don't jive.
Jessica, I love how refreshingly honest you are. Thank you for being honest and not not just say, oh, there's tons of reasons to death. You tell it like it is. And that's what you do. You've done it. You've served in the public realm, and now you're in private practice, have your own firm, and really appreciate that. I'm with you. When she was going on about the child's ear injury and the extent of it, I'm going, I would be so annoyed if I was that judge hearing that about they've been firing a gun in such close proximity of his kids. We've got to leave it there for now. You've got cases to win. We've got to let you go. Jessica Mashali, thank you so much for all the insight today. And thank you at home for being with us. Court TV Live rolls on with more coverage right after this quick break. Make your dog a Quattro dog. Predator Quattro offers the broadest parasite protection of its kind, protecting against ticks, fleas, heartworm disease, and pre-infestinal worms, including tapeworms, in a single monthly chewable tablet. Use of caution in dogs with a history of seizures or neurological disorders. Ask for Credelio Quattro and love a Quattro dog.
Do you want free internet forever? You got it. Really. We need it. Spectrum is offering free fiber-powered internet forever. What? Just call this number and switch 4 mobile lines of Spectrum for a lifetime of internet you never paid for. Not a trial. It's an unprecedented offer. So we'll say it again. Free fiber-powered internet forever. Have you called yet? Because your internet is forever. This ad ends now.
I've had hydrogonitis suppurativa HS for years. Painful bumps that come and go. I used to think, why me? My symptoms made me miss work, miss out with my kids. I said, enough. You're stronger than this. Keep fighting.
Take on HS differently with Cosentyx. It works from the inside to target a believed source of inflammation that may cause HS symptoms. Real people saw 50% reduction in bumps and abscesses after 16 weeks. Don't use if you're allergic to Cosentyx. Before starting, get checked for tuberculosis. An increased risk of infections and lowered ability to fight them may occur, like tuberculosis or other serious bacterial, fungal, or viral infections. Some are fatal. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms like fevers, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough. Had a vaccine or plan to, or if inflammatory bowel disease symptoms develop or worsen. Serious allergic reactions and severe eczema-like skin reactions may occur.
I found help. I found relief. You're not alone.
Ask your dermatologist about Cosentyx.
Take the Colony Bombas Comfort Line. Bombas with socks, slippers, cheese, and underwear. Press 1 to run in Bombas, 2 to sleep in Bombas, 3 to pedal Mama in Bombas. And with every purchase, 1 is donated. Bombas. Visit bombas.com and get 20% off your first order.
Live Cosmetics really hype right now is your of course I got 9 hours of sleep secret. This fillable creamy powder formula effortlessly illuminates and brightens your black features. Available in a variety of shades. Use it as an eyeshadow, or below your brow for an instant 100% vegan, gluten-free, and if I have dinner that review, they can find it no longer it's sold every Tuesday. And the photograph of 15 minutes for
I need to make money back to punches enough. It's this thing.
1 second.
I think it's gonna go down now.
Thanks to ABT.
But I don't know, it could be just coming to this thing, little area.
With trusted name and ABT.
We continue back up. Oh, this over here is definitely going up, but it's gonna come down probably to here first. It should come down and reverse first. Just somebody ordered the 29. There's 29 right here.
Download the contact on your parent for your home too.
For TV, one of Julie Grant, I was talking in Massachusetts for the Irish Fire Federal Rage Case. The defendant you good they are good. They're going to tell you to break the woman away. The torch trial and the image trial, the jury will come. Is deliberating of the 10 hours, 40 minutes, and calendars are offering the break. Let you know. You're going to what? In the meantime, we don't have to put Amber alone from murder trial, and it was dumped and doing. It's accused of murdering his girlfriend, nasty her, and kidnapping their 2 daughters. We understand he's going to be claiming self-defense and
Because what was on sort of right here that I'm looking for.
we got to make it. Now we're into the stage.
Someone go down there and get him. Ugh. It's annoying. It's like nothing even there. It's just going up for no reason. Like it's nothing even a reason to go up. Just to knock me out. That's the only reason it will go up there. So good. No, the loss. No, the times. Like literally left all those photos right there. So stupid. Look at that. No, that's not. Psycho. Let's get the dang on orders. Let's go down there and get the orders. Like, come on, you're very close. Come on. Let's go get the orders. Yeah, let's go get the orders. Well, I made my 900. I made 5, so that's good. I don't feel good, so I'm not trading anymore. I just want to get that one little trade in. And that's it. And sleep this whole time. I was laying down because my stomach was hurting so bad. I just got up because I had to use it. And then I'm like, let me see about getting a tray real quick. Watching in Spanish this morning because my stomach was hurting so bad. You got those orders right here. They was at 29. Almost there. Yeah. Do you see my message? What Patrice said? Let's be quiet. This one thing. Another quick drill. I should have took this. Well, well, it was pretty for sure. That was like that's good enough. What you doing, from over there. I'm gonna cut this off. Yeah. I have to turn this recording on.